All right, welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're going to be doing a deep dive into 5 habits, for a healthier life. We're using some great stuff from the English Health Podcast. And, our goal is to really unpack these. They seem pretty simple, these 5 habits, but we're going to go a little deeper and uncover why they matter for you, and then also give you some tips, so you can actually use this information and not feel overwhelmed by it all.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. A lot of times, these basic kind of foundational things, that they have this like ripple effect. They impact all different parts of your well-being. And, we like to make things complicated, but sometimes it really is the simple stuff that, gives you the biggest returns.
So let's jump right in. The first one from the podcast is drink more water. We all know that, right? That we're supposed to drink more water. But, the source materials really highlighted some interesting things.
Yeah, it did. I think it really emphasized how important hydration is. Not just, for the obvious stuff, but like for your digestion. Yeah. And it can really help you maintain good energy levels all day long.
Yeah.
Which I think is huge. Also, this is interesting. They talked about how a lot of times we actually mistake thirst for hunger. And that can really mess with your eating habits.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Huge. So many times you feel hungry and you're really just thirsty. That's a game changer. And the source, it said that you should aim for at least 8 glasses a day as like a starting point.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is a good, it's something concrete to shoot for, right?
Yeah, totally. Oh, and they also said to like carry a water bottle with you everywhere. Keep it close. Especially if you're on the go all the time like you are.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's all about making those small changes, right?
Yeah.
That you can stick with.
Totally. Okay. Habit number 2, get enough sleep.
Oh, man. I think this is the first to go. When life gets busy?
It is, for sure.
Yeah. And I think the English Health Podcast, it didn't hold back at all. They were very clear about what happens when you don't get enough sleep. Mm-hmm. Talking about how it can lead to weight gain and brain fog and even heart problems. Pretty serious stuff.
Yeah, no kidding. Especially when you're trying to, you got a lot going on, you're trying to manage everything. Those are big things to think about. And they said adults need between 7 to 9 hours every night of good sleep.
Yeah, which is a good range to keep in mind, right?
Yeah, it is. And they talked about, how important it is to set like a regular sleep schedule and have a routine, to wind down at night. Do you have a bedtime routine? Like, what's yours?
Oh, that's something I'm always working on.
Yeah, me too. It's tough. Okay. Habit number 3 is eat a balanced diet, which, sounds simple enough, but according to the material, it has a really big impact on your energy and like how healthy you are long term.
Absolutely. Yeah. What I thought was interesting was their focus on whole foods. Like really emphasizing fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean protein. It's about giving your body the nutrients it needs, right?
Yeah.
And they were really specific about avoiding processed foods that are full of sugar and the bad kinds of fat.
Yeah.
Which is really important because, those things can make your energy crash. And they can lead to other health problems later on.
Yeah, they said, a good visual is to try to fill half your plate with colorful vegetables. Easy.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Okay. Habit number 4, stay active every day. Now, I think this is where a lot of people get kind of intimidated because they think you have to do all these crazy workouts.
Yeah, but the material, it really made it clear that it doesn't have to be like that. It's just about moving your body in any way that you enjoy. Sure. Walking, stretching, dancing, whatever works for you.
Totally.
Yeah. And they mentioned the goal of getting at least 30 minutes of movement each day, which is doable for most people, right? And they talked about something that's really important for you if you're sitting for long periods of time, like taking those short breaks to stand up, stretch, walk around a little bit, because that can really help with your circulation and reduce stress.
Yeah, for sure. And that's something, I'm definitely guilty of, is sitting for too long. So good reminder. Okay, last one. Habit number 5, practice mindfulness and stress management. I think a lot of times we forget about the mental health side of things.
Right. But the material did a great job of highlighting how important that is. They talked about some simple techniques like mindfulness exercises, try a little bit of meditation, even just taking a few deep breaths. And what's amazing is that even just a few minutes of quiet reflection or even gratitude journaling can make a big difference in your mood and your overall well-being.
It's really interesting, yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think finding activities that you personally find relaxing, and making them part of your daily routine can be really, really beneficial for you,
Absolutely.
Huh.
All right, so we covered a lot. We talked about 5 habits that are really important for a healthier life. Staying hydrated, getting enough sleep, eating a balanced diet, staying active every day, and practicing mindfulness and stress management.
Exactly. And it's important to remember that these things aren't separate. They all work together to create a sense of well-being,
Yeah,
for you.
that's a great point. So now we want to hear from you. Out of these 5 habits, which one small change do you think would make the biggest difference in your life? If you started incorporating it consistently, starting today, let us know. Thanks for listening,
Thanks for listening.
and we'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.